It's probably going to be a snarky video. Don't know where I'll post it, and don't know what the background will be, if any. But whatever, we'll see. I did find my cicada. He hatched early. Well, quickly. And so that was pretty cool, because it wasn't dead. Yeah, it crawled away. Surprised the hell out of me. Anyway, so maybe that'll be in the background or something. I don't know. A little small, so it must be a male or something. I don't know. Anyway, so comments. Yeah, we're just going to do comments, and I'm going to really... fuck these people. I mean, people are so full of shit. It is incredible. I mean, really, somebody, I'm so sick of these anonymous little empty-headed fucking icon pricks talking shit. I mean, why don't you stand and deliver, you pussy shits? Make an argument about what you think, alright? You keep telling me what isn't true. Well, let me hear what you think is true, you fucktard. Because I'm sure it's wacky as fucking hell. Anyway. Gary, your theory of value is hopelessly simplistic. Hopelessly simplistic. These arguments aren't going to mean anything when you're not going to argue how, oh, right, it is simple. The universe functions simply. Yeah, that's right. So it's accurately simplistic, stupid fuck. Hopelessly simplistic? You can't apply that terminology to something that is simple, you stupid fuck. DNA molecule replicating, natural selection. These are really simple forces. Idiot. Asshole. You want to explain how they're not? You want to explain how the universe is intrinsically complex? Fuck you. What about the person who values rape or values pedophilia? Oh, man, amazing. I mean, how many times do I make it clear? It's not about what you want. It's about want. Okay? Want has value. Desire has value. Okay, repulsion has value. What makes you repulsed? What you want? What your ambitions are? Those are irrelevancies in the sense that that can be almost anything, as human beings prove. Some people can want a bowl of rice and some people want a bowl of mashed potatoes. All right, what they want differs. The fact that they get hungry is the thing being qualified as having importance. The fact that people need to be comfortable is a fact. Okay, that's the value. What makes them comfortable, that's the mutable thing. That's the thing we are perfectly justified in saying, well, that's bullshit. You can't act on that one, jackass, because that takes too much from somebody else. You can't want to eat somebody else's brains, right? You can want to eat a bowl of mashed potatoes, and you can do that, but you can't eat brains. You get it? No, of course you don't get it because it's too fucking simple. Fucking asshole. Is there consciousness and sentience precious to the universe? No one's claiming it's precious to the universe. Another lie, right? No, yeah, of course. What we're saying is intelligence can discover the truth. And some of the truths are going to be invisible. They're not going to be made out of matter. Some relationships, okay, they exist as relationships. One thing related to another thing. And they can only be observed. You can't do anything else with them. You can't put them in bottles, so to speak. But you're too stupid to figure that out. Jeez. Is it valuable? Yes. Yes. Sentient experience. The big giant claim here is that when matter gets into this configuration and creates conscious experience, it's doing something substantially different than what matter not conscious is doing. The two forms of existence are very different. When I'm dead, it's okay to put me in the cold ground and let the maggots eat me because I'm dead. I'm no longer feeling. But it wouldn't be a good idea to do it before I'm dead because I will have conscious experiences that will be very, very unpleasant. And it makes logical, rational, reasonable sense not to put living people in coffins and plant them in the ground. You can't figure that out? Oh, that's right, you can't. You're too stupid. You are too stupid to fucking have... You shouldn't have the right to exist. If I could pass a law, people who insult suffering this grotesquely, okay, should have it dumped right on them. You should be put in the basement of Guantanamo Bay. All right? If you're going to mock suffering, we should pile it on top of you as high as we can pile it. We should run you over with a steamroller that's being driven by a steamroller. That's being driven by a steamroller. Because you're too fucking stupid. You goddamn know you wouldn't want suffering to be just dumped on you for no good reason. You know it as a fucking goddamn fact, and you're just a lying son of a bitch to post this kind of puke on my goddamn video expecting me to think anything of you that you're more despicable than the lowest of the lowest creature on this planet. They have no education, they never went to school, they don't know how to speak fucking English, alright? They've never been given the opportunity to say, yes, suffering sucks, and I'm sure they could goddamn do it. And here you have all those advantages and you can't figure it out. You think the universe has to tell you that it's no good for a conscious creature to be in horrible pain. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Till you're thoroughly and completely dead. And if you were a consistent antinatalist ethicist, you're obliged to say the guy who spends his life raping but never procreates is less harmful or more valuable than the person who never rapes but has, for example, one child. Well, again, that's a matter of circumstance, right? It depends on what the one child is. Is the one child a rapist? Does the one child beat his wife? Does the one child molest his children? Does that child end up having Adolf Hitler as a son? I mean, these are real questions. So yes, one rape versus, lifetime of pain. Is the one child going to die 15 years in a nursing home suffering horribly? Well, if that's going to be the factual, practical result, well then, yeah, frankly, rape me. Okay, if I have a choice, a half hour of rape versus 15 years in a nursing home, I guess I'm taking the half hour, fucktard. So yeah, by my value math, that's right. The guy who was the rapist is the less dangerous, the less fucking maliciously dangerous human being. That's just a practical fact. If your child turns out wrong, guess what? You're responsible, shithead. It's your life. You made it happen. So yeah, you're responsible. Again, if that child's a rapist, isn't that just easy math? I just make the child a rapist. There. Isn't the math easy now? One guy creates one rape. The other guy creates a son who rapes multiple times, let's say. Is that simple enough for you? It seems kind of obvious. Fucking asshole. And again, it has this. You keep arguing that we have some obligation because somebody needs something. I'm saying they should have their needs satisfied. No, I'm simply saying the need is a bad thing. All right, but we should find some other way to satisfy it. Okay, there's more than one way to gain satisfaction in life. There's not just one course for your life. There's lots of courses you could choose, and they'd have different levels of satisfaction or gratification. And so, if you have a silly expectation, like you like to eat endangered species, let's say, well, maybe you could just migrate that need to something a little more regular, right? A subtle little change. Maybe you could accept a little bit of compromise and still gain your satisfaction. That would be the argument, shithead. God, you're just so fucking stupid. Preposterously stupid. I mean, I really do got to make a list of these fucking assholes. I got to find some way to label them what they are. Just a fucking menace on this goddamn website. They have to put up with this crap, this tripe from these fucking unaccountable prick, useless sacks of shit. Yeah. Fuckers. Oops, I just denied Firefox access to the webpage. That might get me in trouble, Gary. I'll have to turn off the firewall. Anyway. Alright, a consciousness that is even most a conclusion that even most antinatalists would find repugnant. No, prove that. Most antinatalists understand that rape is bad, but that having a kid opens you up to all kinds of implications that can be a lot worse than rape. A lot worse. I mean, you don't understand that you could have a sickness, alright, that can be worse than being raped. I mean, just because of the way nature works. I mean, you think having cancer is better than being raped? Do you? Fucking retard? Fuck. Alright, so anyway, this guy goes to the trouble to argue with this fucking turd, which is probably a waste of time. As I'm wasting time. But then this guy had to chime in, this other colossal asshole. I mean, what is DIMA school? You need to go back to school, fuckhead. You're fucking retarded. So I mean, yeah, and well, we'll read his other comments. That's another aspect of it. Good point. There is absolutely nothing precious in sentience whatsoever. I am antinatalist ethicist just fine without making such claims. Everything is utterly futile and pointless. Well, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's just so fucking stupid. So if it was just futile and pointless, why would I care? Why would I give a damn? The moon is futile and pointless. Why would I go to any effort whatsoever to crush the moon? Oh, that's right. There'll be no fucking reason. Who cares? Futile and pointless makes it futile and pointless to argue about it. It makes futile and pointless would mean that there's no futility or point in arguing, you stupid fuck. If that's all it was about is futility, you stupid shit, it would be futile to argue with futility alone, you dumb ass. This is it, from sentience to lack of it. But at least inanimate matter doesn't suffer. I mean, can you believe this stupid, idiotic, moronic cunt? I mean, he basically says there's no such thing as sentience. I mean, as it having any value, significance, and then he uses the word suffer, which makes it infinitely superior. Amazing. Amazing. I mean, how could you contradict yourself any more glaringly? I mean, it's a fucking preposterous self-contradiction. I mean, you're just too goddamn stupid to have the right to make comments. That is too idiotic. You're too fucking stupid. Just too fucking stupid. So you go on this too fucking stupid list. So anyway, Brett Keane, Machine Ghost guy, he's a little bit drunk and stupid too. Alright, so anyway, read this one. So, I guess, I better read the first half of his comment. No, that is the first. Oh, I thought that was some other thing. So, I guess we are arch nemesis then, Gary, since I never agreed with the assertion of yours that from the very beginning, people should understand that sentience is not precious. So, again, so you think suffering exists, but somehow sentience, the only thing that can manifest suffering, is of no value. Does that make any sense? No. It's futile, pointless, and wasting what? What are you wasting if you don't think there's any such thing as value? How can you possibly have the concept of waste if there's no value, you stupid fuck? The only way waste can exist is you have to have value. It is not only that, but it also suffers for no rhyme or reason. Again, you're saying it suffers. You're saying there's no value. Yet you say it suffers. How can you? It's just. It's insanely stupid. All reasons never create more of it. All reasons never to create more of it. Well, exactly my point. Again, how can you argue there's no suffering, and then argue that suffering matters? That doesn't make any sense. You can't understand how that makes absolutely no sense. However, these are all reasons why it is not precious, but redundantly futile, if anything. So if anything at all, it's redundantly futile. Well, guess what? Who cares then? Again, that doesn't make any sense. It's not just that it's futile, it's that it is wasting, and that it's wasting something precious, you fucking retard. Rather than just being futile without the suffering component. The suffering, I mean, again, how can you do that? Alright, anyway, here's it. It's irrelevant. I don't think it's precious, nor would I hesitate in pressing the red button to destroy all of it in an instant. It's just as expendable and useless as non-sentient matter, but non-sentient matter doesn't suffer at all and is not encumbered at all by that sentient crap and thus is superior. So you're calling sentient crap. You're calling it crap. You're calling sentience crap. And then you're valuing it and saying, oh, but you can't squander it. I mean, you're just too fucking stupid. The best state of being is no state of being equals nothingness, oblivion, something that inanimate matter naturally enjoys. Again, but you're saying it's futile, and somehow just being futile means something. Oh, no, that's right. It has to waste something. Again, you're just so stupid. We are both ethicist and antinatalists, and yet I think you still have a sense of love for humanity and optimism in you. Well, whatever. If you acknowledge preciousness in anything at all, well, again, there's just no... Of course I acknowledge it, because I personally experienced it, you fucking retard. I'm not taking a word for it. I'm not listening to the world and saying, oh, world, what is valuable? No, I feel it, okay? If you fucking crush my balls with a nutcracker, I'm going to feel it. I know that feeling sucks. I know I don't want it. I know I wouldn't want anything else to have it. I know the feeling sucks. The feeling, not just because it's in me. anywhere it exists. It sucks. It's always suck. It's never anything else but fucking goddamn suck. And you are a fucking retard for not knowing that. Existential nihilism assumes the ultimate pessimistic viewpoint. Well, whatever. So you're proud of being pessimistic, which is basically saying, I'm a bigot to the negative side. I'm realistic, frankly. And futility and everything, including the sentient medium which allows such cogitations in the first place. Well, again, I'm not glorifying the existence of suffering. I'm not saying the sentient creature is needs to exist. I'm saying that when it does exist, it creates value. It makes value. Duh. So I'm not saying the value exists in it intrinsically. Nowhere do I say we need to have sentience in the universe because it's intrinsically, fundamentally valuable. No, I'm saying that while it exists, it's precious, that it creates value, that its welfare is important. Duh. Too stupid. Too fucking stupid. Alright, so that shit. Let's get on to the real skanky whore cunt bastards. Let's see. Well, I don't know if I'll ever even get to my video. I'll do fucking goddamn Luddite scum sucking fuck bastard commenters first. Useless bags of shit. He should be proud of these assholes he has for commenters. Too fucking stupid. Alright, sort my thread. He never does a very good job, but we'll see what happens. Alright. So Zombie Picture Show responded. He just talks here incomprehensible bibble babble also, but whatever. All right, Machine Ghost, it wouldn't even bother. But let's start with heavy traffic. Did I catch a whiff of anti-intellectualism here? I love how the YouTube ethalists blow their trumpets about Gary's intellectual superiority, backslapping themselves as being smarter than the great unwashed masses. Well, the fact there is unwashed masses. There's masses of people who are colossally ignorant. But someone like Luddite shows up with a superior grasp of the concepts. Yeah, what concept does he have a grasp on? He just conceded that he spent his whole life struggling, trying to figure out, is there a God or isn't there a God? Do I like to whack off or don't I? I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know where I am. He just conceded he has all this internal angst and conflict about existence. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, and superior grasp. No, I'd say that's a superior lack of grasp. And all of a sudden, it's that all sucks down home. We just need no education, salt of the earth bullshit. Again, it's not about being salt of the earth. It's not about that. It's just about the fact that there's a clear, simple language. You speak. You use words, all right? You didn't use any complex verbiage in here to articulate your point, did you? You didn't need to metaphor it preposterously 4 times over to get to the point, did you? No, you didn't. And that's all it's about. So again, pervert the argument because, yes, you're just a fat, alcoholic, motherfucking, scum-sucking piece of shit who's had kids irresponsibly, probably mistreated every person in your goddamn fucking miserable crap life, and now you feel some obligation to go out into the world and talk about validating. Validating what? Assholery like yourself? You're an example of what a human being should be? Fuck you. You have no right to critique anyone, you piece of shit. How you fuckers haven't become from the constant whiplashing is a mystery. Paraplegics? Okay. The constant whiplashing is a mystery. But anyway, yeah, no one's inconsistent here, but you turds, right? You claim there's something valuable, and then you claim it doesn't exist. It's all subjective. We all get to make up our own bullshit. So if I want to drink and drive, I can drink and drive, because I know better than you do. Well, fuck you. You don't know shit. Fucking drunken pile of crap. Alright, here we go. Due in the morning. The skankiest whore motherfucking potty mouth shit for brains. I mean, really. Fuck you, bitch. I mean, game on with you. I'm sick of your fucking snarkyisms all over the place. I dare you to make a video explaining what you think life is, you fucking bitch. Alright, you're just a lying, skanky piece of fucking dirty, infested whore cunt. Alright? Until you stand up and make a real argument, bitch. Okay? Fuck you. I mean, grow some real balls and maybe a real dick. Okay? Instead of those balloons you got for a goddamn breast. And let's hear you make a real argument, cunt. Because I'm sick of your fucking skanky whore bullshit behavior. I mean, grow the fuck up. Man up, bitch. Alright? Game the fuck on. You've been asking for it, asking for it, asking for it, okay? Make a goddamn video and I'm gonna rip it to goddamn shreds. You don't know fuck shit about evolution. You don't know fuck shit about logic. You are one dumb fucking cunt. I mean, you're an insult to feminism. You know, you fucking half-truth and religious kook. You're sitting there arguing about religious kooks and you're such a fucking whore for a DNA fucking molecule. I know it intrinsically has purpose because I say so. I feel it, my skanky cunt. Is that going to be your argument? You feel it in your skanky cunt? You can't make a logical argument explaining what the function of life on Earth is. What does its function, bitch? What does it accomplish, bitch? What's its grand, what does it do, bitch? Except eat up living things. What exactly besides killing living things does life on fucking Earth do, bitch? Satisfy your grandiose notions of accomplishment? Is that going to be what you're going to write down? It satisfies my grandiose accomplishment manifesto. I think I'm super cool and therefore life must be super cool because I'm super cool. Is that as far as it goes, you intellectual fucking midget? I mean, if you only had a brain as big as your breasts. And Mendham does shit. Mendham does shit on philosophy. No, he constantly talking about philosophy. He says he's using philosophical arguments. Well, look, philosophy is, again, it's not that complicated. Okay? Diagnosis, prescription. Okay? Recognition, and then logical interpretation of what you recognize. Not complicated. You're either evaluating what you claim to be a truth, or you're just talking out of your fucking skanky ass. Stupid bitch. Anyway, we'll get some more of her stuff. Anyway, Star of Sagittarius. This ought to be stupid. Internet wars, cyber attacks are so much fun to be involved with. Yeah, well, whatever. You encourage all that crap, too. Your self-promotion and fucking spamming people's videos and all the rest of your bullshit, asshole. You're going to do this and you're going to do that. You know. Yeah, because you fail at it and now you say, oh, isn't that horrible? Drama. Yeah, except you were trying to stir up your own, weren't you, shithead? So that makes you like a preposterous hypocrite. You know, and I don't really have anything to say to you. You really just don't have the, you know, certain skills to be engaged in this argument because, yeah, you sound like you're a fucking retard. It's not my fault. It's just the way you sound. And it has every appearance that all you keep doing is going to Wikipedia pages and then reading what you read there. And that's not very cool. Alright. Minim makes elementary mistakes in philosophical thinking. Yeah, well, you're not going to be able to back that up with anything. He equates life, meta-language. Oh, life is meta-language. Oh, okay. You know, reproducing matter. That's what life is. All descendant from a single replicating cell some 3.5 billion years ago. With gladiator battle, object language. Again, so the distinction is what? Can you make a distinction there? I don't see any distinction. It's the same to compare the game of chess with a pawn on the chessboard. Well, what game do you think it is then? You tell me the game and then explain to me how the players, the pieces, aren't relevant to the game. How they don't define the game. You think chess isn't defined by the capacity of what the pieces can do? The difference between chess and checkers is what? Oh, that's right. There's no kings and queens and bishops in checkers, is there? No, they're all just pawns, right? So it's pawn wars. Huh? That's not applicable? That's not a logical connection? So you tell me, what do you think? Do you give me the analogy? What game can be metaphored to? Explain it to me. You explain it. If it's not gladiator war, what is it? What exactly is taking place? If it's not DNA molecule modifications, demolition derbying with each other for some sense of victory to be able to build the next model that'll cover the earth, then what the fuck is happening? If it's not a game of winners and losers, what's happening? You explain it to me, bitch. He calls life cannibalism. Cannibalism refers to humans eating human flesh. Well, I've only qualified that 7 zillion times, so that's just an overt, grotesque lie. Lots of people use the word cannibalism in different contexts. There's perfectly legitimate reasons. You say you cannibalized a car, for parts. It's a word used to describe any time you're taking something of likeness and you're consuming something of like to feed it, or for some reason you're consuming something of equal value to what you're feeding. Anytime you fall into that scenario, and I've made it perfectly clear, I'm not using the word explicitly, and even if you used it explicitly, would it count if it was a different race of humans? I mean, there are racists out there who would think that's enough of a difference, so it couldn't be cannibalism if a white man eats a black man. That wouldn't be cannibalism because their genetic code is a little bit different. So by your own closed standards, nothing could ever be a cannibal because nothing would ever be eating itself, identical matter. So that doesn't even go anywhere. But again, this is just your perversion of the truth, your lying propaganda. The word meaning is clear in every video I make. I qualify the use of the word cannibalism. So you're just a lying piece of shit, a skanky, whoring, lying piece of shit. He calls love for one's child nepotism. Nepotism is favoritism granted to relatives regardless of merit. It comes from Latin for... Why would I care where it comes from? We know what nepotism means, and yes, if you care for your child more than you care for all children, you've misunderstood the game you're playing. The value of the child is the properties children have. I've said this. Okay? Children have property. The property of vulnerable and in need of care and comfort. That's a property the child has. Okay? You not understanding that is your problem. Okay? You're applying a difference. You're making a distinction that doesn't exist logically or rationally. You're saying that somehow because it's mine, that's somehow a meaningful property. Mineness is a meaningful property. Somehow that changes the character of the child. No, I'm afraid it doesn't, cunt. That's your ego talking, and that's all that's talking. So you failed dismally. You call that you call that philosophical thinking? You justifying your nepotism? You justifying your bigotry? You call that philosophical thinking? By comparison? That's brilliant? Oh, I'm afraid not. Okay, do in the morning again. He's using these metaphors in context. He never says it's just a metaphor. I say it constantly. Constantly qualify my use of the word addiction and cannibalism, even gladiator war, constantly. So that's you're just a lying fucking pig. Like a demented parrot. Oh, yeah, right. So now you're insulting parrots. You want to show me a demented parrot? He constantly repeats, life is a gladiator's battle. No, I call it gladiator war, so you can't even get that. You can't even quote somebody accurately, and you put it in quotes. Life is crap, cannibalism, addiction. Well, again, what's your alternative explanation? Okay? I mean, when the Europeans came over to North America, it wasn't a cannibalizing of the human race. It wasn't just basically brother against brother. The Civil War wasn't brother against brother. No, these are apt analogies. You're using up something just as valuable as yourself. That's called failure. These are analogies, and analogies cannot be used as arguments. Who declared that? One of your philosophers that you have shaped like a big black dildo that you shove up your skanky cunt? I mean, what fucking wacko philosopher gave you the right to say something that's stupid? Analogies are perfectly legitimate as arguments, using comparison to other things and saying, well, look, here's a bomb made out of TNT, and here's a bomb made out of nitroglycerin, and look what this bomb does when you put it in certain circumstances and underwater, and blah, blah, blah. And you can learn from that analogy. Okay, that's analogous to this. No problem. Life is just the replication of genes. Okay, quote unquote. This is just a very simplistic illusion of understanding of evolution. Life is just the replication of genes. Well, so you're calling Dawkins an idiot then. You're saying he's a demented parrot. Because, yeah, he talks about selfish genes over and over and over again. So Dawkins is a demented parrot. That's your claim. And so who's your smart guy? Who's the go-to guy for you for evolution? Huh? If it's not Lane Craig, who's your go-to religious kook? Obviously, your pantheist, whatever, faggoty philosophy. What are you arguing here? It's not just replicating genes. What is it, shithead? Shit brain, cunt face, whatever. What the fuck? What is it, milk bags? What's the fucking reality then, you lying bitch? Okay? Life is just the replication of genes. Well, what the fuck else is happening here, stupid fucking cunt? You're gonna slander me with that kind of crap and that's your argument? That's all you got? Suffering isn't valuable. Humans try to avoid it. So suffering isn't valuable. So there you go. So nihilist shit all over again. No, suffering doesn't mean anything. We just try to avoid it for completely made up, silly, illogical reasons. Humans try to avoid it, and they have made a substantial progress gradually through the ages. Well, that could even be argued. I mean, as a percentage, more people are committing suicide. There's probably depression is at all-time highs by percentage. You probably spend a lot more time in a nursing home than you did certainly 100 years ago. You spend a greater percentage of your life having horrible symptoms of illness and degraded functionality than you did 100 years ago. It's just a fact. I mean, frankly, I'd rather die, in a week of influenza than spend 10 years in cancer wards. So whatever. You want to say you've made some huge progress in the life struggle, fine. I'd say, look, it's better than it was, in terms of the idea of having a realistic prospect of not being, not the craps was just all over the place. I mean, any one of the founding fathers could have been wiped out by the flu at any time. I mean, that's a stupid way to live. But frankly, if you just go by what the average human has experienced moment to moment, I would say that the average moment of human existence now is probably not as good as it was 100 years ago. Because, yeah, you got killed. Yeah, it was over with pretty quickly. So anyway, moving on up this little scale here. Alright, so Piro asks a dumb question. What exactly do you mean by hedonic asymmetry? Well, Luddite doesn't answer, so the retard answers, so there's no point in reading that. Alright, so Luddite, I don't know, it's a comment out of nowhere, might as well read it. If pleasure is defined in part as intrinsically better than indifferent or neutral qualitative state per the hedonic asymmetry, pleasure as defined does not exist. Hedonic asymmetry is the contention that the hedonic experience can be that of benefit if benefit is understood as qualitative indifference. So even when he types, it's complete shit. I mean, really. And then Trick has to communicate with him for whatever reason. I'll just read one of his comments, because he does piss me off. That being said, I don't necessarily agree with Mendham on the validity of the claim that all positives are derived through reducing negatives, though I intuitively think it may be the case. Well, you think it may be the case, but you go, well, whatever. That's not a very authoritative statement, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's see. Yeah, Luddite doesn't apparently know how to do a reply comment. It is a broad phrase that contains said conclusion, asymmetry, BC, and Mendham contends not only is desire itself qualitative negative, but all hedonic positives have corrective negative, i.e. deprivation. Correlative negative, i.e. deprivation. Yeah, well, whatever. I've sort of made it clear that the only thing that perverts our judgment is this concept of desire, okay? The actual comfort states that we're in, take up a small percentage. Most of this time we spend in existence, we probably spend not even having a personal comfort state. We're distracted, like I'm making this video. I'm not uncomfortable, I'm not comfortable, I'm just distracted, I'm absorbed, I'm busy. So that's what we spend most of our existence in. And yes, I'm arguing that most of the things we derive pleasure from, the sensation of pleasure, is usually created by your brain by easing, okay, by taking you away, Calgon, okay, by removing the worries and concerns and negatives that absorb you. So it's using your own an angst that had already piled on top of you to give you this sense of pleasure. So it's basically you're walking around with a broken leg your whole life, and now and then life uses comfort. It takes it away for a little while. It takes away the problem, and you perceive that as a real positive when all you really have been done is been taken out of your negative state. What I'm saying is that through the dying process it might be revealed to you that bliss is really nice. That you are in a state of a great deal of tension and you don't even realize it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not the substance of the argument. I don't need to prove that pleasure is all crap to make the anti-natalist argument, because even if you conceded that the pleasure had some real good, that there was some real positive to the game, obviously the negatives way outweigh those positives by a long way. Alright, I'm not the one who posed the question, Mr. Horizons. The faux moral outrage is quite unwarranted. Gary's contempt for his existence is no secret, and he couples this with a warning that such being the case in hypothetical amendments might be brought into being is universally moral mandates on procreation. I'm just using my own example to point out that you have to still explain and justify the fact that there are going to be victims. So all I'm asking you to do is to say, okay, I'm saying it's okay. I can make victims. That's what you're saying, Luddite Returns. You're saying you have the right to impose on people like me. And I'm saying, well, I don't know where you got that right from. I don't know where you got that authority from. I don't know why I'm supposed to just accept it as you think so. You think it's okay. Well, I don't think it's okay. So what the fuck, buddy? So I'm just saying that some prospective breeder has to deal with the fact that what they're going to create may not like it at all, may not feel at all gifted. And if they have absolutely nothing to say to that but fuck you, then I'm just going to mock that as a pretty lame answer. If fuck you is the best you can do, then you fucking suck. And that's just the truth. So Great Text, unsubbed is so 2009. Well, I just remember you making a video about Rena Webb saying I don't know, I guess I'm going to have to unsub because she's an anti-natalist. I believe you made that very video. At least this wayward guy didn't make a video. He was just basically saying, hey, Luddite, you're full of shit. I'm unsubbing. Alright, Dana Garrett, another skanky piece of fuck shit dildo. He looks like a dildo. Well, I think I finally heard a semblance of a cogent argument for antinatalism. Bringing children in the world might essentially replicate miserable, misanthropic, pretentious, life-hating, would-be whatever, like in Mendham. On second thought, the vast majority of humanity will never be so idiotic as to buy his bullshit. Says you. You want to bet on it? Yeah. Again, the jig is up. Okay. I mean, people aren't going to be able to survive these arguments and just keep pretending that, oh yeah, there is something. Okay, there's a God or there's magical DNA poofter power. So again, you're just talking nothing here. You have nothing. You have no argument to be made here. Your life-affirming claim is that human beings having grandiose perceptions of value, they have ambitions to be the world's greatest curler, and that's somehow meaningful and it's worth all the suffering. Because we have great curling contests and we can watch them on the Olympics every 4 years, therefore life is worth it because silly human beings have silly ambitions and now and then they satisfy their silly ambitions. And even though there's a ton of depressed alcoholics, miserables, blah blah blah, war, all the other crap, the liabilities and the huge liabilities we're facing environmentally and all the rest of that shit, oh, it's all worth it because, yeah, we have Olympic heroes. Apparently that's all you have as an argument, right? You know, or you can read a fancy gold embroidered book or something, and so there, ooh, yeah, sorry, fail. You don't have an argument. Life is a replicating molecule. It's gladiator war, and there's nobody playing the game. There's nobody going to win. It's chess in space. There's nobody playing. The pieces are just knocking each other off the board. That's all that's happening here. There's nothing else happening. Life just is a force of death. Life kills. That's what it does. It kills things. Life kills things and knocks them off the board. So it can go, I win, and then get knocked off the board. It's stupid. And you don't have a counter argument except to insult me. So fuck you. Whatever, chrome dome, big-eyed, four-eyed loser fuckwit. Fuck you, cunts. Yeah, I'm going to put this on Brett Keen's site. Yeah, I won't bother putting it on anywhere else so I can really go all the way. Just tell these people to die. Die. I hope you die, Dana. I hope you die. Alright, you're going to insult suffering. You're going to insult other people's suffering. Then fuck you. I hope you die. I hope you die of eye cancer. I hope your fucking eyes fall out of your goddamn head and they look back at you and you say, oh fuck. And Menem was right. Life is too preposterous. I'm looking at my own eyes. Yeah, well, you really couldn't look at them, right? They would be seeing your eyeless head. Yeah, and you'd be saying, holy fuck, my eyes fell out. And you'd be like, yeah, okay, I get it. This is stupid. Why am I playing this stupid game? Your eyes can fall out. Why would I play a game where your eyes can fall out? That is so fucking preposterous. You should video that moment because, yeah, really, there's going to be a moment where you say, oh, and Mendham was right. It's going to happen to you, fuckhead. Alright? You're going to get it. You're going to get a brain tumor. Some kind of shit's going to happen. A brain tumor will be coming out of your nose. And when you realize that, you're going to be going, oh, fuck it, Mendham was right. This really is stupid. Anyway, fucking drunk traffic ahead. Suffering matters. Says who? Logic. That's what says it, right? Rational interpretation of all the known facts in existence. All the known facts in existence, when rationally interpreted, you can't draw any other reasonable conclusion than to say suffering matters. It is to be prevented. There's no other rational conclusion. If you say something else, you're an irrational asshole with your fucking useless head up your fucking stinky ass. It makes no more sense than to say, okay, here we go. He's going to compare it to something. Okay, saying suffering matters is the same as saying it matters that the Lakers make it to the playoffs. Oh, amazing. So again, he's back to the he can't make a distinction between what people want and want. The idea of wanting and what people want, these two things he can't separate. He doesn't understand them conceptually. He doesn't understand the difference between the thing feeling and what makes it feel. So he's gonna compare suffering to the perception that it'd be really cool to win the playoffs. So he thinks your perception of suffering is just as subjective as your opinion of the Lakers. So whether the Lakers win or the New York Yankees win or whatever, New York Knickerbockers, I don't know, whatever the fuck they are, that perception of distinction is the level of distinction you make between suffering and pleasure. Your understanding of suffering and pleasure is just as arbitrary, culturally conditioned, circumstantially formed, geographically formed, as your perception of whether the Lakers or the Knickerbockers should win the basketball tournament. That's his perception. And no one wants to call fucktard, a preposterous asshole, too fucking stupid for existence. Yeah, I think it's too stupid. To anyone who doesn't give a shit about pro basketball, it doesn't matter at all. Well, again, that's not the point, is it? I mean, really, there's some truths that you can't escape, and there's some truths you can. All right, some are irrelevant truths, okay? How green is the plant out there? Is it super green or just mediocre green? Who cares? Nobody cares. It's not relevant. But whether suffering matters, yeah, that's relevant. But to me, as a Lakers fan, it has import. Well, again, so you're comparing subjective perceptions of your measurement of some irrelevancy that no one else is claiming to be relevant, and you're making comparisons with that to fundamental philosophical questions about value and its creation in the universe. And that's what you call philosophy, is to compare your subjective opinion of a basketball sport, and you're going to make that comparison. And everybody's supposed to say, oh yeah, that makes perfectly good sense. No, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's like comparing the function of a car, like judging whether a car has fuel economy, and then judging colors. No one's going to argue that you can't decide whatever colors appeals to you. Okay, that's your business. No one's going to say that matters to anybody. But fuel economy is explicit. That's something that exists independent of your judgment. You can't just pretend the car has better gas mileage than it does. One is an explicit description. One is completely made up in your brain, i.e. the distinction between Laker and Knickerbocker. So goes it with Ephesus who sees suffering as in its abstract. So goes it with Ephesus who sees suffering in its abstract. Well, that's not how we see it. Most of us see suffering as a fact of life. Well, again, prove that I've said anything other than it's a fact of life, both in the universal and personal sense. No, that just means that what? You've said, I like DNA molecules, and I think DNA molecules know what they're doing. You're saying, I'm going to let the DNA drive. Because you're too drunk and stupid and ignorant. You're too big a fucking smelly asshole to take any responsibility for your existence. So you just back up and say, no, it's DNA's fault. DNA did it. DNA did it. DNA did it. Because you don't have any judgment, so you can't apply any kind of reason to the circumstance. So you just advocate and say, life is life. Everybody knows life is life. I don't know that. I know that life is a replicating molecule. I know more than saying life is life. I have a more detailed description of what life is. So saying it matters is a nonsensical statement because most don't consider it in its abstract or care. Well, again, you don't need to consider it in an abstract. That doesn't even make any sense. The only way it could possibly matter is in its explicit reality, not in an abstract. So why would I create an abstract frame to view suffering through? I don't need an abstract frame. It fits in the real frame. It fits in reality quite comfortably. Alright, now this Mr. Stefan, who's another fucking complete retard. Oh, here he is. Lazy thinker, shallow reasoning, brain farting off the top of one head. Here goes. Here you go. The definitive example. It's a link to a video. The Holocaust is a UFO story, according to Emendum. So that, again, so another liar, just a grotesque liar. I've never said anything about the Holocaust. I said something about 6 million Jews being deliberately gassed to death. That's the argument. But no, don't stick to the facts. Be a propagandist. Be exactly what a Nazi was, which was a liar. So you're just a lying motherfucking cunt Nazi. You might as well just wear their uniforms because you lie just as grotesquely as they do. You're a liar, Mr. Steven. Jesus, a fucking disgusting sack of shit liar. With no balls, obviously. You're probably not a mister anyway. Yeah, you're probably something in between. Most do not suffer to the extent the AN does. Whatever that means. How much of your life is actually suffering? It's not the point. Again, it really isn't. The point is that some people's lives are hugely expensive in terms of how much suffering they incur, and some people get off the hook a lot lighter. That's just the truth of the circumstance. And it's not about your opinion, again. Who cares? It's not a popularity contest. It's a factual argument to be made. And the point is what's the justification for procreating besides I want? So again, it's your want against somebody else's peril. You put somebody else at risk, and you're doing it for an I want reason. You're not doing it because it needs to happen. You're doing it because you want it. That's it. You want kids. Not that you can make a rational argument for why they should exist beyond your want. So you're saying for the sake of your hunger, to satisfy your need, you will impose on somebody else a life they didn't want. And that's just grotesquely selfish and disgusting. And that's what you are, grotesquely selfish and disgusting. You should be run over with a steamroller, a government-sanctioned big steamroller. It says, we squish stupid motherfucking cunts too dumb to exist. And you should be squished like a goddamn... No, you shouldn't even be squished like a bug. You should be squished like worse than a bug, because a bug is more than what you people are. Again, bugs can't know any better. You can, and you choose not to. You choose not to just admit, I'm a selfish cunt. That's the reason why I think kids should exist, is because I'm an egomaniacal, vain, selfish cunt. I can't make a rational explanation for why humans should exist. I can only make irrational ones, but I'm so horny for it. I'm so dependent on it. I can't do anything else but lie. I have to lie in defense of a DNA molecule because I'm too glued. The God DNA tells me so. Pretty obvious. Most of them have mental issues causing depression. Look, again, we've made this argument before. The fundamental philosophy is depressing. There's no way to avoid that. Okay, yes, the conclusion is that life is preposterously wasteful and stupid. So yeah, how the fuck? That's not exactly party language. You don't run with that to it's 1999 parties. You just don't do it. It's not a banner you run to the party with, you stupid fuck. So yeah, so again, but be a propagandist. Take a truth and pervert it, distort it to make it into an argument. So again, just another slander, another liar, just a liar. I mean, it's just a lie to imply that, oh, we got depressed first, and that's, what made our philosophy. It wasn't that our philosophy gave us the realization that, oh, fuck, every ambition I have is basically just vain ego nonsense. And I'm caught up in this idiotic game where, yeah, I'm supposed to make victims. I'm supposed to make losers to be a winner. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Not. Aliens have codified their ills and hatched into a philosophy in the hopes of projecting their ills onto something beyond themselves. Yeah, again, it's all our fault that nature is overtly and grotesquely horrific. We made that up. That's not the truth. The truth isn't in bug eating bug. That's not the truth of life on Earth. No, that's a fucking lie. Gladiator? Oh yeah, that's a lie. We're just lying from our depressed, waving the depressive banner because we don't fall for your cookie Mother Nature bullshit, that your silly ambitions, your little gold medals. Ooh, look at the gold medal hero. Ooh, those gold medals are going to look so super on the wall. Ooh, because we don't fall for that crap. Okay, you can slander us, you fucking cunt. Yeah, go suck a gold medal. Go stick it up your ass and die of metal poisoning, prick. You're not a prick, you're a cunt. You're an ass. Basically, blame. Anyway, they cycle it and call it their miserable life. Or shall we say, life itself sucks. Never is it them who sucks. Again, what would be my suck? Oh, I come into the world and I say, what's the game? And I find out the game absolutely sucks. It's this high-risk game. The winners and losers aren't decided by merit. There's all kinds of snares and booby traps and bullshit. And I'm the asshole for saying, hey, that's not good enough. Oh yeah, fuck you. You suck. Okay, if it all sucks, why doesn't Mendham believe it matters if something's suffering? So again, apparently, so you can't say it sucks. That somehow implies that it doesn't matter. So when you say it sucks, in his stupid ears here, it doesn't matter. So when you say something sucks, that means you're really saying it doesn't matter. Can anybody figure that out? No, that's not possible to figure that out. It's so fucking illogical. Again, more illogic from these assholes. Isn't that to be expected in a sucky world of suffering? It mattering shouldn't be something I apply merely because it is. So if it's broken, and it's broken because for a good reason, I should just say, okay, it's okay to be broken. I shouldn't say it's broken. We either fix it or we, stop it, but we don't let a broken car just drive down the road. Right? I mean, that's just logical again, right? Why is the fact that it's broken give it exemption from criticism? Okay, anyway. This crap debunks itself. Why does he pump out hours of videos a day? If it all is permanently broken, well, again, permanently broken. I mean, could you get any more idiotic? I'm saying no. It's easily fixed. Stop making broken, and it's fixed. So again, it's not permanently broken. So again, another completely inconsistent with everything I've ever said lie. You're just lying again. Where have I ever said it's permanently broken? I said it's intrinsically broken. But it's obviously correctable. Unfixable, he says. It's unfixable. No, the fix is don't